Hey folks, welcome to the channel. We've got a surprise today because I've not reacted to the Derailers, and I don't know if I've ever heard a song by the Derailers. Jason Halverson made a donation to the channel. Thank you, Jason, for that. For me to do a reaction to Play Me the Waltz of the Angels by the Derailers. So, and you said that you think, or it is with Buck Owens toward the end of the song. So let's see if I got the right rendition of it. Sometimes you guys will provide me with links of ones that you want me to do, and I can't use them either because they might be Vivo or there might be some other copyright issue with them. So I do my best, but usually I can use them. It's a pretty forgiving space now, YouTube. Now that YouTube and the copyright holders have made this arrangement that we reactors can use their music, and they'll get all the ad revenue from it. So it is what it is, and I'm cool with that. So I just don't like it when they get blocked because you guys want to see these things, as I do. Okay, here we go. Play Me the Waltz of the Angels. Oh, that's a good beginning.
Played a party last night for some old folks. They were dancing and smiling at me, except this old man alone at a table, as if there's some place that he'd rather be. So I said, "Sir, can I play something for you? Something special that you'd like to hear?" When he looked up at me, he was smiling. Oh, but his eyes couldn't hide the tears. He said, "Play me the waltz of the angels, and I'll close my eyes and pretend." Play me the waltz of the angels, so I can dance with my angel again.
Yeah, that's so hard. This is so poignant. Why do you think we become more sappy as we get older? I definitely have, and I don't apologize for it whatsoever. It's me. It's how I am, and then maybe it's a beautiful thing. You got to be tougher when you're younger to carve out your place in this world and make yourself safe. That's your best way. But now I hear songs like this, and maybe because I'm closer to dying than I was, obviously, and maybe it's more relatable. I don't know. I just feel for this man. I've known people whose spouse has gone before them, and they were married for 50 years, and then the wife died or the husband died, and they're by themselves, and it's like, it's your right arm is gone, your left arm is gone. Your whole world is different now. You're not thinking for two, you're thinking for one, and you hadn't done that for 50 years. With the sadness, but wow. It's a song of hope as well.
He said, "Yes, that's the song I remember. That's the one that she loved the best. It was playing the night that I met her, and it was playing when we laid her to rest."
Ouch, that's Buck.
Play me the waltz of the angels,
I'll close my eyes and pretend. Play me the waltz of the angels, so I can dance with my angel again. Let me dance with my angel again.
Wow. This is the waltz. He's pretending. He admitted that he would pretend, this older man admitted that he would pretend that he's dancing with his angel, his wife that went before him. That's just understood. When I think about the human journey that we're on and what it is, because I mean, those of you who are new to the channel, I was also a philosophy major at Rutgers. And I loved it. I love the challenge of thinking. I mean, the first thing you learn in not just logic and what constitutes happiness or virtue or what makes something right or all the various concepts you study is you learn to challenge it. You learn to look at and find the flaws in your own arguments. And then when you've identified the ones in your own argument, you get in the habit of that. It kind of breaks a lot of things down. But the philosophical aspect of life, of course, brings in the theological aspects of life. It brings in atheistic aspects of all the different ways of looking at things, and then you figure out which ones make the most sense to you. But in this case where he said he pretended, I'll pretend I'm with her. And I thought, maybe that's the thing that separates us from animals, is our ability to pretend. I just can't imagine lions or zebras or whatever and giraffes saying, yeah, I'm going to pretend today to be something else or to be somewhere else. I think it's more in the moment where they live, whereas our human brain, we call it imagination, but it allows us to forestall or avoid the pain that we might be feeling or the loneliness or just let me out for a moment of my own sorrow. And this was beautiful, but set in an old folks' home. So you get the sense that most people are much closer to death. And this older gentleman was like, just play me a waltz of the angels. So I don't even know if I should rate that thing, Jason. But I'm gonna. The instrumentation was ideal. Their voices were beautiful. It was a gutsy song too. You got to lay it out there. A song like this either works or it's a disaster. There's really not a gray area on a song like this. But boy, did it capture that. It brought me back to when I was taking care of my mother a few years ago until she passed, because I didn't want her dying in a nursing home. So I took care of her in her own home. And for a couple of years, because she outlasted all the prognoses and all that. But I just couldn't imagine anybody in the final days, weeks, or months of their life staring up at a strange ceiling. That was my grounding thought. For all the philosophy, theology, psychology, sociology, all this stuff I've studied in life, contemplated, absorbed some of it. The grounding thought I had for taking care of my mother and giving up a couple of years of my life was I couldn't imagine her staring up at a strange ceiling. That was it. She lived in a home for 20 some odd years, and you get used to that being how you go to bed at night. And because she was bedridden eventually, I just couldn't imagine looking up at fluorescent lights in some home and hearing strange noises and everything. So this song really resonated. It kind of cut deep in a beautiful way. I could picture this man's face smiling with tears in the corner by himself. Maybe that'll be me one day. I don't know what I'll be asking for if I'm watching a band like this, but should I get the song request? But I don't know how I could give anything less than a 10 on this, Jason. That was a hell of a request. And then that had to have been Buck who came in, because it was clearly a different voice. And I was so mesmerized by the visual that it took me away. So thank you, Jason Halverson. That was a beautiful request. I'm sure many folks know this song, and if you haven't, that you can relate to it. Just beautiful. So anyhow, there you go, folks. Thanks for playing along. Thank you again, Jason, for the donation. And that's it. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video, and keep rocking the country.